I get inspiration for projects everywhere. Here lately, I've been keeping a little list of those ideas stored safely in my Milanote files, mostly because it lets me visually plan things out and my ADHD brain really likes that. For today's video, I'm jumping into an idea that I had years ago and basically have ignored since. I have a lot of those and I'm excited to finally be putting them to work. So I have a pattern for a dress that I really love and a really cool photo idea to go with it. I've already printed and cut out everything for the pattern, so let's get to making it. This dress seems pretty easy to make, nothing really too complicated about it. It's honestly a dress I've wanted to make for myself for quite some time. Something about the puffy sleeves really just does it for me. But I've always been a little intimidated by the thought of making it. I also recently learned how to make plated things using a fork. I'm not saying it's the best way, but it sure is a nice change from me guessing where things should be correctly spaced. So I have followed this pattern to the T. I don't know if there's just like a sizing issue when it comes to the pattern itself, or if my printer printed something wrong. The dress is only coming out to be like 36 inches around for its largest size, but yet the bottom of the dress is like hella long. For reference, it kind of looks like this. So top part, and then all of this is what's left. So let's get to making the back longer. So the dress is basically all put together. I still just have to do the sleeves, and honestly, that's it. I did make a couple adjustments I just have pinned here. I really just need to stop using patterns from Etsy and make my own, because I keep changing them every time I print them out. But I'm thinking that this looks pretty cute so far. The next thing is just the big puffy sleeves, and hopefully that is an easy add. The sleeves weren't actually that hard. I did have some problems putting the elastic in, but that was really a me problem, and the fact that it kept slapping back on me. I think the sleeves came out super cute though. Nice and puffy. My literal sleeve dream. So let's go location scouting. Really, I'm looking for something that's going to let me get the model up really high in the air, let her climb up to the edge of something. It kind of puts me in a weird spot to where I have to, I think, look at parking garages, because I don't know of any buildings that are going to allow me to do any of that. So I have a series of parking garages and little tiny locations that could work for this. So let's go look at them all and see if we can make it work. The first location is behind me. I've actually been in this one before, so I know what it looks like, so I'm not going to drive up there. But I just wanted to see what the view was like around it, and I think it could work, but I don't think it's the optimal view that I was hoping for. I kind of want something that shows off the city a little bit more, so let's keep looking. I spent the rest of the afternoon going around the city, looking at both parking garages, unique spots, and places that I thought could be useful. Really places that had some sort of a higher vantage point or something fun to look at behind it. I had about 5 or 6 places on my list to visit that I thought would be really good. With my location picked out, I was ready to get this show on the road. We got the beautiful Sienna dressed, accessorized, and makeup on, looking super cute. Once we had everything else packed up, we headed out to our location. We are up here at the garage I thought was going to work, but the problem is, and what I didn't really pay attention to beforehand, is the fact that all of the garage is roped off with like wire, and I know that's for safety reasons, but I need to be able to sit this one on the edge somewhere, and I can't do that up here. So we are kind of on a mad dash to go find another location. So off we go. So many phone calls were made after this. I called several rooftop places I knew about, but a good portion of them were either not open or they had to have approval from upper management for me to use them. Started to rain, and we're getting hungry from searching for all the places to do this, and so we finally found one. We found a different parking garage. Honestly, it's the very first parking garage that I looked at. So that's where we're going to do this, and we are reapplying makeup, getting ready to go, and we're going to start blowing up balloons here in a second. Wish us luck. And the luck we sure did need, because wouldn't you know it, the nozzle of the helium tank was turned so tightly closed, there was no way either of us were going to get that thing open. After giving up for a couple of minutes and doing some quick thinking, I walked and got myself a wrench to open it up with. Once we had that, everything was going well, except it's too hot. Yeah. Too tight balloons.
On
On the top of a roof.
Especially a giant cement roof.
I know. I'm great at planning. Gonna hide under my little balloon canopy.
Yes.
Thankfully, the heat wasn't keeping us down for long. We got all the balloons blown up, accessories put back on, and got back to work. I really wish I had had more helium to fill up at least 100 balloons, but I think that the 50 that I had worked just fine. Mostly because those helium tanks are expensive. We ended up going to a whole different location after we left the rooftop. We had her all dressed up. We spent forever on a really hot rooftop blowing up balloons, and I just needed to take advantage of that. The fact that we did all of that, I wasn't just going to let us shoot in one location. But I unfortunately forgot to film all of that, so you'll just have to see the reveal of it all. This was so fun though, and I literally am so happy that I was able to take an idea that I have been sleeping on for years and make it come to life and bring it out into the world and make it real. I want you to leave me a comment and let me know, first, would you do a shoot like this? And second, what would the vibe of your outfit be if you were to do this? Would you go full pink? Would you do, what would be your choice? I'm very interested to know clothing choices. So let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time. There's sweat getting into my eyeball. Oh.